And this is what we were talking about, because we were talking about the importance of history and how history is very important to a people and to an individual.
Yeah.
The role that history plays, because it is your knowledge of your history that gives you the ability to develop your perspective. You've got to know your history.
Right.
Look here. When the Europeans first brought the forefathers to this country, the first thing that they destroyed was what? The first thing that they began to dismantle. See, was your family structure. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because your family structure is governed by the knowledge of self. So the first thing that they began to dismantle was your peoplehood. See, that's why we have an identity crisis today. There's an identity crisis in the so-called African American community.
Right.
And that identity crisis puts us in a very vulnerable position here in this society. See, because we are unable or incapable of doing the things for us, for ourselves, that other people are able to do for themselves. So you have to be able to understand the role that your knowledge of history plays, especially those of us who are it even holds true for me personally, who was brought up in a household that taught identity. See, because when we went outside, is that right? When you went outside,
Yeah.
and you said, I'm an Israelite, the response that you got from other Israelites, you see what I'm saying? From other Israelites, made you kind of, whoa. Is that right?
Right.
We still get that response.
Right.
We still get that response today. When we tell someone who we are, that impacts their response toward us. And then when they have an adverse response towards us, that does something in our minds. You see, well, maybe I shouldn't say that, or maybe I shouldn't bring that up, because of the response that they have. So I'm saying all of this because you as an individual, and I want you to start thinking about this, you as an individual have got to understand, and you got to be strong in yourself and for yourself. You've got to be confident in yourself and of yourself. You got to, y'all. See, because, it's easy for us to be strong in here. See, isn't it?
Yes.
It's very easy for us to be strong,
Right.
I'm Israel.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? In here.
Got company.
You got company. You got people to encourage you. We all think alike when it comes to that. But when you step outside and you confront and encounter the world, can you still be confident in what you're dealing with? You see, that's the key that we want to talk about. And your ability to do that is based upon the soundness of the body of knowledge that you have about how you define reality, and how you see things. And that's what we want to talk about. As Israelites, see, when people ask you, why you say that? Where you get that from? First thing that you got to say is, first thing you got to know to understand is this. I get that from the history of the Israelites. See, the most credible body of information on the Israelites is what?
The Bible.
Did you know that people are not aware of that? Did you know that people don't really understand that the Bible is the history of the Israelites? That's their version of historical reality. Even though from first chapter of Genesis to the 12th chapter, there are no Israelites. Israelites don't come in until the what? About the 12th chapter of the book of Genesis. But from the first chapter to the 12th chapter is their interpretation of history pre-Israelite time. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's not the Germans' interpretation. It's not the Babylonians' interpretation. It's not the Italian interpretation. It's Israel's interpretation of what historical reality is. That's Israel's interpretation. See? So we've got to be able to understand. That's where we're coming from. We're coming from the Israelite perspective. Now, I'm an Israelite, but, as I said before, there are things about us that we've got to really know that transcends being an Israelite. Did you all know that we have an identity, a primary identity before our national identity?
Yeah. Yeah, the human being.
Man, Jesus, our sister. That's right. See? And that primary identity is the identity that we really got to be solid in. All right? See? We got to really be solid in that identity, you all. And that's what we want to discuss a couple of for the next few minutes. We're gonna discuss that primary identity and the purpose behind that primary identity. All right? That's what we're going to deal with. We're going to deal with man. Now, isn't it amazing how your history has impacted the entire world?
Yes.
Yeah. See, your history has impacted the entire world.
Right.
See, and people walking around here trying to put you down, and you have made such a valuable contribution. See, but if you don't know that for yourself, you can't proclaim it. See, and this is what we need to be able to understand. Man is the crown of creation. Isn't that something? Man is the crown of creation. And as a man, as a person, you ought to have a very healthy attitude towards yourself in relation to that. Human beings, or man, has a duty and a responsibility to the truth, whether that truth is personal, scientific, historical. Man has an obligation to stand for and what? Come on, tell what? The truth. This is the thing that sets us apart and makes us unique in creation, because man is the crown of creation, and this is the word of Yah. See, that's the word of Yah. That man is the crown of creation. See, because when people start confronting you, and you will be confronted, see, you got to know how to defend yourself. See, you got to know how to stand tall. See, because, people are, in their ignorance, they don't know nothing.
All right.
See, they have been indoctrinated.
Right.
See, and when you drop something on them that they don't understand, they have a tendency to look at you like you don't know what you're talking about.
All right now.
See,
all right.
And then you responding to that might question, well, do I know?
Yeah.
Don't do that. See, know of a surety that you know what you're talking about.
All right now.
The first chapter of the book of Genesis. This is your history. That's where they got it from. Where they get it from? They got it from you.
All right now.
See? And this is why they had to separate you from this.
Right.
See? And this is what the slave system experience did. It separated you from your history.
Okay.
See? This is what it did. Genesis, the first chapter, start at the, do I want to start at the 25th or 26th verse? Which one do I want to read first?
Read 25.
Read 25?
Yeah.
Read it.
And y'all made the beasts of the earth.
There you go. He made the what?
He made the beasts of the earth after his kind. The cattle after their kind. And everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind.
Now that's the first thing that you got to be able to understand right there. That's the first thing that you got to be able to understand right there. That there is order. And that everything is created. See, ain't no chance here. Ain't no accident here. Ain't no happenstance. Come on, what?
No big boom theory.
Yeah. See, none of that. You see, that we're operating with purpose and what? Intent. All right? Not only that, we are dealing with order.
Yeah.
All right? And the key phrase in that whole thing that he just read is what?
Created.
Created what? How? There you go. That everything was created after their kind. All right? I'm going somewhere with this here. And I want you to see where I was going when we get there. Read the next verse.
And y'all saw that it was good. And y'all said, let us make...
Hold it right there. See, hold it right there. See, because what we're talking about now is we're talking about the power to define. See, now, you know, our ancestors, how they thought, you know, that the Most High is there, and the Most High is what? Alone there. By himself. You see what I'm saying? But the word of the Most High is telling us that such is not the case. He didn't say, let me make man. Did he?
No.
Maybe you need to read that again. There was a time when there was nothing but the Most High.
All right now.
See, we ain't trying to say that there wasn't. See, what we're trying to do is we're trying to define what reality is. See, for us. See, we're saying we're not trying to say that there was not a time when there was nothing but the Most High.
All right.
We're saying that when the Most High began to create, this is the order that was in place then. And that's all we're saying. Read that again, brother.
And y'all said, let us make...
There you go. So now if y'all saying let us, that means that we didn't move past the time when the Most High was what? Alone. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Now can you give me that?
I can give you more than that.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
See, that's all I'm saying. See, because there was a time that I was not married. Is that right?
Yeah.
There was a time I wasn't married. See, I didn't have no kids. I didn't have no wife. You see what I'm saying? But when I became married, that time that I was not married was what? Over. And I had moved what? On. See, and this is where we are now. So now the Creator is saying, let us make man. See? So obviously I'm no longer alone. Obviously. All right? And that's what we want to deal with. Read the next part of that.
Let us make man in our image.
Therefore, now we're getting some of the parameters by which we came into existence in. See, this is what you've got to know about yourself. And that's why it's so important for us to understand everything is made after its own what? Kind. That means that now if the Creator is getting ready to make man, and he's getting ready to make him in his image,
Right. After his life.
after his likeness,
Yes.
what does that mean? That means that we are made like who?
The Most
The Most High. We're made after his own what?
Yeah.
Kind.
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
We're made after his, the Most High said that everything is made after its own kind.
Right.
Now the Most High is dealing with man, and he's saying the man is made in his image and after his likeness. So that says something about man.
All right.
The point that I want to make is that everything is made after its kind, including man.
Right.
And when we understand the kind that man is made after,
That's right.
that's the point I'm trying to get at. See, and this has something to do with how you should look at what? Yourself. See, that when we talk about what you are and whose kind you're made after and in the likeness of, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's healthy. See, and that's the way you should look at yourself. I am made in the image and after the likeness.
Of the Most High.
Come on. Right? That's how you should look at yourself. See, I ain't even talking about nationality now. See, and not only do I look at myself like that, who else do I look at like that? My fellow man. You see what I'm saying? And when I look at myself like that, and I look at my fellow man like that, then I'm not going to do anything to him
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is how this thing unfolds itself. See? And this is how we deal with what? What is truth? See? When I have a healthy respect for myself based on what I know I am, then that impacts my relationship one to another. I'm not going to enslave my fellow man. I'm not going to steal from him. I'm not going to beat him down. I'm not going to do anything to him that I wouldn't want done to me. Why? Because I have a healthy respect for who I am and what I am. See? And this is what is lacking in the world today. We don't have a healthy respect for who and what we are. And what we're saying to the world is that the world today is racing toward the reality of what? Who we are. See? That's what we're racing toward. The reality of who we are. What else about us? Read.
God created him in his image and after his likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea.
Now here we're beginning to get some of the parameters, come on, that surround our creative definition of who we are. I think it's important. See? Look, listen here. Let them have dominion. See? And you know, when it goes through over the fish, it's just saying let them have dominion over the material realm.
All right.
That's really what that means. See? Let them have dominion over the material realm. This is what defines us. What gives us purpose. See? This is what we got to understand. This is our creative definition. Everything has a purpose and a meaning. Everything. See, has a purpose and a meaning. See, and we, as the head of everything, should understand what our purpose and our meaning is. See? And the reason that the world is in the condition that it's in today is because we have lost our ability to walk in our creative definition of who and what we are. This is what we got to understand. See? And as a result of that, you got drama in your life that you got to come to grips with. See? This is why all the drama. Why all the drama? Because we have cut ourselves off from our ability to walk in our creative definition. Read.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of El created he him. Male and female created he them.
That's where we get this from.
All right.
See, that's where we get this from, y'all. That's where we get this from, that man is male and female. When I was growing up, I thought man was male. Didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought that man was male. See, that goes to show you that when I was growing up, I didn't read. Because this was here before when I was growing up. But you know, I was just going by what this here guy here, who sits in this here chair, say. See, I hadn't read where? On my own, for myself. You know, as you go up, as you grow and get, you know, then you start finding out things. And the first thing that I found out was that well, man is male and female. See? Man ain't just male, man is female. Read.
And y'all blessed them. And y'all said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over everything that moveth upon the earth. And y'all said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in that which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
Hold it right there. That's another aspect of our creative definition. What is it?
Vegetarian.
There you go. There you go. See? There you go. That's another aspect of our creative definition. We were created to be what?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarians. Man, I love chicken.
I'm still want to hear.
You know? I do. I love meat. I love meat. See? I guess that's why I have death working in my inward parts. I guess that's why I'm dying. I guess that's why I'm deteriorating every day. Because I'm walking outside of my creative definition. See what I'm saying? I guess that's why my hair is gray. Why I have some wrinkles on my face. Why I have a little, you know, bugs, yeah. Why when I wake up, my bones, you know, see? Because I'm digesting dead carcass. Yeah. Jason just said when he leaves here, he can ready to go get him some meat. Didn't you say that, Jason?
I want it to be a fat steak.
He ain't got no hair. I don't think he can grow. I don't think he can grow no hair. See what I'm saying? See, this is us, y'all. See,
That's what we do.
we are walking outside of our creative definition. We have cut ourselves off from the source that gives us what? Life.
Right.
And we're wondering why. See, here we are, the head or the crown of creation. That's what we were created to be. See, God, look, we got to get this, y'all.
All right. What's up?
We got to get this. See, why? Why do we have to get this? Because this is the word of Yah.
All right.
That's why. Because this is the word of Yah. See? And the word of Yah is the most, come on, powerful force in the universe.
Amen.
That's what it is.
All right.
The word of Yah is the most powerful force in the universe.
Yes. That's it.
The only thing that you can hold the Creator to is its word. What does the word of the Most High say about a thing, a circumstance, or a situation? Do I have to read that again? Huh?
No, sir.
The only thing that the Creator is limited to, oh man, well, the Most High ain't limited to nothing. That ain't true. That ain't true, Sister Yvonne. But the Most High ain't limited to nothing. The Most High is limited to something. Well, the Most High is all power. Yes. See? Yes, the Most High is all power.
Yeah.
The Most High can do anything. I heard that.
Yeah.
The Most High can do anything.
Yeah.
Yes, the Most High can do anything, but the Most High does not do anything.
Right.
We know that the Most High can do anything,
Right.
but we also know that the Most High does not do anything. That means that the Most High is limited, y'all.
All right.
And he is limited by his word.
All right now.
Alright?
All right.
The only thing that the Most High is limited to is his word. What he has said. The only thing that you can judge the Creator by is his word. The Creator will never do anything outside of what he has what? Said. Ain't gonna do nothing outside of that. Don't look for the Most High to operate outside of his word. See, the word of the Most High concerning a thing is the most powerful force about that thing.
Right.
See, for example, what the Most High has said about you is the thing that you go by.
All right.
That's what you go by. See? Now, what has the Most High said about you? Huh? We just read it.
Right. Did you right or wrong?
There you go. That's what the Most High said about you that you are created in his image. You don't go by what they say or what he say or what she say. You go by what the Most High say. What does Yah say about the nation of Israel? What does the Most High say about man? That's what you go by. So when they say that you're a black man, you're a Negro, you're a colored, well, actually, the Most High said that you was going to become that, didn't he?
A proverb in the Bible.
Didn't he say you was going to become a proverb in the Bible? That's the word of the Most High. And have we not
Become that? Yes.
become a proverb in the Bible? That's what black is.
Right.
That's what Negro is. That's what colored is. That's what African American is. Those are bywords and proverbs, and there are many others that we have become associated to. That's what the Most High said that was going to happen to us, and that is what has happened to us. Remember what we said. The Most High is never going to do anything outside of his word, that his word is the most powerful force in the universe. What does the Most High say about the nation of Israel? What does the Most High say about man? See, this is what we got to understand. The word of the Creator is the most powerful force in the universe. Everything in existence lines up with Yah's word. The Creator itself. The Creator itself. The Creator itself lines up with his word. All right? This is what we got to do. The Creator has given us the power to use his word, to confess his word, and to what? Know his word. You better know his word. See, living in agreement with the word of Yah, we need to be in agreement with Yah and what his word says about us as individuals and as a collective. Is that right?
All right.
Now, look, let's check something out. Go to Isaiah, the 55th chapter. Isaiah, the 55th chapter. Isaiah, the 55th chapter. Isaiah, the 55th chapter. Isaiah, the 55th chapter, starting at verse 11. Read.
So shall my word be.
There it is. There it is right there. Read.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
Come on.
It shall not return unto me void.
That means that if I say it, when I send it out, when I speak it, see, when I speak it, what's going to happen? It should not what?
It shall not come to me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please.
When I send it out there, it's going to accomplish that which I please. Read.
And it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent.
Meaning that it's going to be successful in the thing that I have sent it out to do. Right. That's my word. You know, the rappers got a thing. Word is what? Bond. Word is bond. See, we ain't supposed to have contracts. You know, we supposed to have, if you say it, say, why? We made in the image of, and after the likeness of, and in the old days they said, you gonna do this here? Yeah. You gonna do this here? Yeah. That's it. Yep. That was it. That was it.
They should go hang.
You know, they didn't come back talking about, you said you was gonna do this here. No, I didn't. You got something to prove I said it? There wasn't none of that. And both of them stood up in agreement. Didn't nobody come back behind them and say, oh, no, I didn't say that. That didn't happen. Now, it happens all the time.
All the time.
You gotta have, matter of fact, you gotta have video.
That doesn't work sometimes.
And even that don't work sometimes. See, the Most High has given us the ability and the power to speak His word, to confess His word, and to what? Know His word. That's why you got to know the word of the Most High, y'all. See, you got to know what the Most High has said about a thing. See, now let's go to Exodus. Let's go to Exodus, the 3rd chapter. We'll bring in the historical aspect of this thing. Exodus, the 3rd chapter. Exodus, the 3rd chapter. Sylvia says they heard. Exodus, the 3rd chapter. Starting at the 1st verse.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro.
Now, this is the guy here that wrote the first 5 books of our history. They call it what they call it? The Torah. The law. See? Go ahead.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian.
Now, y'all know who the Midianites were? Who were the Midianites? Did you know that the Midianites were Hebrews? Didn't know that, did you?
Yeah, they were.
The Midianites were Hebrews. Who was Midian's mama?
When they Hagar.
No.
What?
There you go. There you go. Keturah. They were one of Abraham's sons by Keturah. Who was Keturah?
His wife.
One of Abraham's wife after
Sarah.
Right. After Sarah died, Abraham took Keturah. And one of Keturah's sons was who? Midian. These are his descendants. Okay? But see, that's what we got to understand.
Yeah.
You got to know your history. See, you got to know your history. You got to know your story. All right, go ahead. Read.
And he led the flock to the backside of the desert.
Come on.
And came to the mountain of El, even to Horeb.
Yes.
And the angel of Yah appeared unto him in a flame of fire.
Pay a close attention to this. Pay close attention to this. And the angel of Yah appeared unto him, not in human form, but while
in a flame of fire.
In a flame of fire. What were the characteristics of this event? Read.
Out of the midst of a bush.
Out of the midst of a bush. That meant that we got a burning bush burning.
It ain't burning.
Come on now.
And he looked, and behold, the bush burnt with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
Okay, the bush burnt with fire, but it was not consumed. Now you know that when something is burning with fire, it is in a steady state of what? Consumption. Alright? Alright? This is indicative of the condition of Israel. That they would be in a what? Fiery condition, but they would not be what? Consumed. Come on, y'all. Come on. See, you got to understand this.
Right.
See, you got to understand this. See? Because now he's getting ready to prepare to bring Israel out. See, y'all didn't know that we grew up. Where? Where did we grow up, y'all? No. Where did we grow up? Where did we become a nation at?
Oh, in Egypt.
In Egypt. See, last couple of weeks we've talked about Joseph, dreams. See, this is much later now. This is like 400 years later. See, the Most High is getting ready to bring Israel out. Wait a minute. So I need you to start back at the first and start on reading because I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Start back where?
At the first.
First verse?
And start reading again.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his
Keep-
father-in-law,
Come on.
the priest of Midian.
Come on.
And he led the flock to the backside of the desert.
Come on.
And came to the mountain of El.
Come on.
Even to Horeb.
Come on.
And the angel of
Now you know
God.
Horeb is very important. Y'all know, I keep on doing, I'm so sorry, I keep on doing this. Because all of this stuff is relevant. Okay? Okay, go ahead, read.
And the angel of Yah appeared unto him in a flame of fire.
Come on.
Out of the midst of a bush.
Come on.
And he looked, and behold, the bush burnt with fire.
Come on.
And the bush was not consumed.
There you go. Read.
And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see the great sight,
Yes.
why the bush is not burnt.
There you go. The bush is on fire, but the bush ain't burning. It ain't consuming. Read.
And when Yah saw that he turned aside to see, Yah called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses.
Yes.
And he said, Here am I.
Yes.
And he said, Draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes off thy feet.
Yes.
For the place whereon thou standest is holy ground.
Yes.
Right.
Moreover, he said, I am Yah of thy father, El of Abraham, El of Yitzhak, and El of Yaakov.
Yes.
And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Yah.
Okay, now what verses are you at now?
7.
Okay, read all the way to the 10th.
And Yah said, I have surely seen the afflictions of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters.
Yes.
For I know their sorrow.
Yes.
And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians,
Yes.
and to bring them up out of the land, their land, unto a good land,
Yes.
and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, the Amorites,
Hamites. All these cats.
and the Parasites,
Come on.
and the Hivites,
Yes.
and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me.
Yes.
And I have also seen the oppressions wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them.
Come on.
10. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. That's 10.
This is the word of Yah concerning the nation of Israel. This is what we got to be able to understand. Say, this is the word of Yah concerning the nation of Israel. Now, what we've got to be able to do is take on our mission. See, because all of that is where? In the past. See, all of that is in the past. See, and now we stand on the brink of something else. But in order for us to achieve our mission, we're going to have to come into another level. And now what we've got to do is we got to break back and understand who and what we are. See, because we gotta, it's gonna take power, y'all. It's gonna take power. See, and it's gonna take the power of the knowledge of who you are in order to achieve your mission. See, so now we gotta go back to what? Man being the what? Crown of what? Creation. See, this is what we got to fall back on. See, we got to know, we got to do that. What is a crown? I'm going to be done in a minute. What is a crown? I went and looked it up in the dictionary. A crown, anything serving to adorn or honor. See, the reason that we got to go through this here is because what you got to do, Sister Hawkins, Sister Montgomery, Sister Yvonne, Sister Johnson, Sister McKeffin, all of us in this room, is that we've got to really take on the power of who we are. Because what we have to do is so phenomenal until it's going to take a gigantic effort See, and the gigantic effort is not a gigantic effort of might, of physical might. It is a gigantic effort of what? Spiritual might. See, we got to understand who and what we are. See, we are the crown of creation. This is what man is. See, anything serving to adorn or honor, to honor or reward, this is what a crown is. To be at the top of, to be the crown, the highest part,
Right.
or chief ornament, to complete successfully. See, that's what we are. See, to put the finishing touch on. That's what it says in the dictionary. See, that's what a crown does. See, to enthrone. Man, that's powerful, isn't it? To position, power, or dominion,
All right.
you know, of a monarch. That's what a crown is. That's what we are. Now, when we think of a crown, we think of a garland. You know what a garland is, right?
Yeah.
Or a wreath worn on the head as a sign of honor, victory, a circlet or headdress, often of gold and jewels, worn by a monarch as an emblem of what? Sovereignty, the position, power, or dominion. What is man
The crown
that thou art mindful
of him
of him? Well,
is the crown.
he's the crown. Psalms, the 8th chapter, we're almost done. Psalms, the 8th chapter, starting at the first verse.
Okay?
And I want you to read all the way to the 9th verse. Read.
Oh yeah, I am. How excellent is thy name.
No, it don't say that.
Yeah, that-
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't. It says, oh yeah, ah yeah. That's what it says. Don't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Do it or don't it?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do it or don't it? It didn't say L. It didn't say L. It said, oh, you know why? Because that's what? Personal. Come on now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There you go.
How excellent is thy name.
How excellent is thy name.
In all the
This is a psalm of David. Read.
In all the earth,
And all the earth.
who has set thy glory above the heavens,
Uh-huh.
out of the mouth of babes
Yes.
and sucklings,
Uh-huh.
hast thou ordained strength because of thy enemy,
Come on now.
that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger.
Now this. I think this is the impact verse right here. Read.
When I consider thy heavens,
Come on.
the work of thy fingers,
See that he's talking about the universe, the physical universe, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Go ahead.
the moon,
Yeah.
and the stars,
Yeah.
which thou hast ordained.
Yeah.
What is man,
What is man? See, what is man? Come on.
that thou art mindful of him?
What is man? When I look at the power of the stars,
All right.
when I look at the vastness of the universe, see, when I look at the black holes, see, what is man that thou art what? Mindful of him. Read.
And the Son of Man,
Yeah.
that thou visitest him.
Come on.
For thou hast made
Come on now. Thou hast made him. Come on.
a little lower than the angels.
That means that, now look. What makes us a little lower than the angels, y'all?
Over here, he don't
Wait a minute. Come on.
We're physical.
'Cause there you go.
right.
There you go.
We stuck here.
We stuck here.
Right.
We stuck here in this material existence.
That's right. That's our existence.
See, we're stuck here. That's the only thing that makes us lower than the angels. Why? Because we're spirits
Right.
that has been specifically designed
This planet.
to exist in a material realm. That's awesome. See, that's awesome. Thou hast made him a little lower. Because see, the angels, they don't live in no, they ain't subject to nothing material.
Right.
They ain't subject to it, y'all. But we are. We got to eat. We got to sleep. We got to do all of these mundane things.
Because we are a little lower
See? Because we made a little lower
than angels.
than the angels. Read.
And has crowned him
Come on.
with glory and honor.
So, although we are made a little lower,
Uh-huh.
the Most High has what?
Crown.
Crowned us. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to get this.
Oh my God.
What has He crowned them with?
Glory and honor.
Glory and honor. That's what you ought to, when you go home today, and you look in the mirror at yourself, you ought to understand what your creative definition is. Because the Most High has crowned you
Yes.
with what?
Glory and honor.
Read.
Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands.
Ain't that something? That ought to make you feel confident.
All right now.
That ought to make you feel powerful. That ought to make you feel wonderful. You are the crown of what? All of creation. You are the thing that makes creation complete. That's what you are. See, and this is what you've got to know about yourself. Read.
Thou hast put all things under his feet.
Man! Man!
Uh-huh.
That's deep. See, because now he is explaining what man is and why he is mindful of him. Because he has placed everything under our dominion.
No.
Read.
All sheep and oxen, yea, and the beasts of the field,
When it's speaking like that, it's talking about the material realm. Read.
the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passes through the paths of the sea. O Yah, our Yah,
Come on now.
how excellent is thy name in all the earth.
That's right.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now, Hebrews, the second chapter. Hebrews, the second chapter. Because, you know, I like to confirm what I say. This is the Apostle Paul speaking. See, I want you to go to Hebrews, the second chapter, and I could start at the first verse, but should I start at the first or sixth, Brock?
Fifth verse.
Yeah, good first.
Start at the fifth verse, start reading, read.
For unto the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come.
Now, when it speaks of unto the angels hath he not put unto the world to come, he's talking about the world to come after the Battle of Armageddon is fought.
Right.
And he's talking about the world to come after the millennium, you know, which precedes the Battle of Armageddon. See, we are on the brink right now. Right now, y'all. Right now. Right now.
Right now.
Where we at right now? We on the brink of what? No. The Battle of Armageddon.
Right.
See, because the Battle of Armageddon is the conflict that's going to destroy the power of this world. We're on the brink of that. So when he's saying he ain't put the angels in subjection to that, he put us. Read.
For unto the angels had he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak.
Yes.
But one in a certain place testified, saying, What is man that thou art mindful of him?
Now, you just read what he said? He said, one in a certain place. Who was he talking about? Who? You said,
Dan?
no.
David?
David. We just read David.
Right, David.
This is what he read. This is what he read. This is where he got it from.
That's right.
See, he said one in a certain place. Didn't he say that?
Yeah.
Testified.
What is he doing? He's bearing what? Witness.
Very good.
See? One in a certain place. He could have said, David said. He didn't say that. He said one in a certain place said what?
What is man
That.
thou art mindful of him?
Who said that first?
David.
David. Read.
Or the Son of Man
Uh-huh.
that thou visited him?
Didn't we just read that?
That's right.
Read.
Thou mayest him,
Uh-huh.
a little lower than the angels.
Yeah.
Thou crownest him
Uh-huh.
with the glory and honor,
Yes.
and didst set him over the works of thy hand.
There you go. We just read that.
Yes, we
See? What is he doing? He's bearing witness of that. Now, okay. We're done with that. This is the last one. This is the last scripture that we're going to read, and then we'll be done. Because you know, y'all know me, right?
All right.
What do I like to close with?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I always want to close with
The example.
the master. The master, y'all. See, our great example. Is that right? I want us to go to the book of Matthew, 23rd verse of the 8th chapter of the book of Matthew. I want you to start reading at the 23rd verse. Read.
And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him.
Who are they talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, read.
And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea.
Behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea. Storm. Read.
Insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves.
That means that the waves were crashing in on the ship. And see, sometimes we have situations in our lives. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And which it seems like everything is crashing in on us. It could be our circumstance and our situation. See what I'm saying? And it's rolling us what? To and fro. What is it doing? It's rocking our what? Our world. See, it's got us destabilized because we don't know how to handle the circumstances and the situations that we are being confronted with in our lives. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying to us. We got to understand this here. Read.
And the disciples came to him.
Come on.
And awoke him.
Uh-huh.
Lord, save us.
Uh-huh.
We perish.
We perish.
Uh-huh.
Save us. We perish. Read.
And he said unto them, Why are ye fearful,
Come on now.
O ye of little faith?
Why are you afraid of the circumstances? Why are you afraid of the situation? Why are you afraid of the things that are rolling in on you and rocking your world? Why? Because we ain't got no faith. We ain't got no faith. See? I know the wind is roaring. I know the waves is rocking. I know the thunder. See, I know all of this. And now you're scared. But you're scared because you didn't lost your dominion. See, over the circumstances and the situation, you're scared because everything makes you scared. Boo! Save us. We perish. Ain't that something? The Most High said, Yahshua said that you're fearful because you ain't got no faith. You see what I'm saying? Read.
Then he arose and rebuked the wind
Yes.
and the sea,
Yes.
and there was a great calm.
How do you rebuke the circumstances and the situations that are confronting you?
Faith.
See, how do you rebuke them? Yes, they are happening. Yes, you have a health challenge. Yes, you have a financial situation. Yes, there is drama in your relationships. Yes. Yes. I'm not trying to deny them. I'm not denying them. Yes, they're happening. See? Yes, they are happening to you. See? I'm not trying to deny them. See? Read. No. Read 26 again.
And he said unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith?
Uh-huh.
Then he arose and rebuked the wind
Uh-huh.
and the sea, and there was a great calm.
Now see, that's what we've got to be able to do. We've got to be able to rebuke what we're looking at. We got to be able to rebuke the challenge. We've got to be able to rebuke the circumstance.
That's right.
Not deny
That's right.
and not act like they don't exist.
Right.
But you got to take what?
Dominion.
Dominion. You got to take dominion over them.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's your challenge.
That's what you got to do. And how do you take dominion over them? You take dominion over them by understanding who you are. See, and when you understand who you are, then what do you have over them?
You have control.
You have dominion over them.
All right.
You have dominion over the circumstance. You have dominion over the situation. You see, you have dominion. You have power. You can what? You can rebuke. You can rebuke them. That's what he did. He rebuked the wind. He rebuked the rain. He rebuked the storm. So much so, read, this is the impact verse right here, the 27th.
But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this?
That's what they got to say about you.
All right now.
And if they're not saying these things about you, it only means one thing.
We ain't got no power.
It only means one thing. That you haven't taken control of the situation. When they saw Yahshua rebuking the wind and the rain, he was exercising his what?
Dominion.
Over the what? Natural and material realm.
All right now.
That's what he was doing. He was exercising his dominion over the material realm that the Most High had given him.
In the beginning.
And given us.
All right now.
Then the Most High say, I've given you what?
Dominion.
Come on. See?
Dominion.
That's why he's our example. Because he's exercising. No. He's demonstrating
His dominion.
his dominion.
All right.
So much so,
All right now.
they marveled at him. They marveled at him. Look here. Read 27.
But the man marveled, saying, What manner of man is this?
Yes.
And even the winds and the sea obey him.
All right. That's it. What manner of man is this? That even the sea and the waves obey him.
That's tough.
I tell you what manner of man he is. He's the manner of man that understands who he is.
Where is
He's the manner of man that understands where he is.
Yes.
And he's the manner of man to understand what his creative definition is.
All right now.
And that's what
That's what we
you have to do. See, you're going to have to demonstrate the power of the Most High. See, now, come on now. And we will demonstrate the power of the Most High when we have, wait. Say it loud. We will demonstrate the power of the Most High when we have what?
welcome into our life.
Spirit of
Light. All right now.
Hallelujah! 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 Shabbat shalom.